So the next question is, so what are we going to do about all this? Four things I'd like to point out. There's a whole lot more. Our board's working on some strategic plans right now that we'll approve this fall. But in reality, there's four simple things we've got to do that are actually difficult. They're just not complicated. First one is we have to continue to work on the district. When they keep changing these assessments, the teachers have to keep reorganizing the curriculum, because the worst thing we could ever do for children is give them a test and hold them accountable for it and then not teach them what's on it. Is there anything worse that you could do than not teach the students the things that they're being held accountable for? So it's a constant effort to keep realigning the curriculums the teachers are doing to try to keep them aligned with the things we test. Second thing, implement a school accountability model and merge it with what's happening at the state level in the Wyoming legislature. Third, emphasize leadership development, and by this we mean trying to get everyone to pitch in and take ownership. That means parents, that means children, that means teachers. Some new research emerging that says if our staff, if our teachers and everyone don't come together and take a full ownership of what's happening inside their personal school, nothing changes. I mean, administration can put out dictates and we can say things and we can push, but we've got to figure out how to get everybody to engage in that. And the last of all is to improve our transitions between levels. Most of you know we're putting another transition in with the grade 5-6, and that for some is controversial. In reality, it's the best of probably poor choices that's left to us, and we believe we have a way to do this and do it well. And so we're designing our first one now, and we believe that it actually could be an enhancement over what we're currently doing if we do it right. And so we'll be working on that. Maybe that'll come out further in questions. So last slide tonight is this one. Before we do another little survey question, the number of schools meeting levels of expectation. Most of you saw in the papers here just recently that the state's accountability law released the ratings of all of our schools. And you'll see that there were 5 of our schools in the district that were rated as exceeding expectations from the state. We had 10 that were rated as meeting the expectations that were put forward. We had 12 that were partially meeting and had an area or two where they needed something that did not meet the cut scores that the state set. And then we had 6 schools in the district that were rated as not meeting expectations. So what happens with this? If you're in a school that does not meet expectations, this year it's a pilot, so there aren't any sanctions or big issues with it other than what the local district is already doing, and we are doing plenty trying to work on those schools now. But what's happening next year is that those schools will have state support assigned to them, and that's not designed yet. I've been in meetings with the WDE, and it's not fully known how that's going to work. But there will be some kind of state involvement where they come out to those 6 schools and try to help work, ask what they need, and see what we can do together. So that's what's coming with the accountability plan. And along with phase 2, that means your administration, and that includes me. My evaluation will now, starting in 2 years, will be required to be consisting of using student data, this stuff, to evaluate me. So if our district doesn't get better, that's my fault. Principals, goes down to you next. You know, if a school isn't getting better, it's under the evaluation model, you're the leader. What do we do? Go in and we got to work on it. And so their accountability, their evaluations will be planned. The year after that, it's teachers. And there will be a system where teachers' evaluations will be in part based on how well they're growing students. So it sounds simple. Making it work is really difficult.